going on? Welcome to the Barely Making It Garage YouTube channel. This is our first episode. So pretty much going to go over what we plan on doing for the channel and the projects we got lined up and stuff we plan on getting done. Probably the first one. Let's do meat. So this is the meat. It is a 1998 Miata chassis. It's got a Miata 4-pan firewall, complete chassis from the Miata, and it's got a custom-made Jeep tub mounted on the chassis. I think we picked it up, what, 4 years ago? It's been a minute. Picked up from a gentleman in Georgia. Him and his daughter were building it to make a drift car out of it. And he had some health problems and ended up selling it. And got lucky and scored it off Marketplace. And tripped down there and picked it up. We've had a few motors. I've had a few motors mocked up in it over the last couple of years. I had a twin turbo LS mocked up in it, and I think he had a small block Chevy in it. And had a Coyote mocked up in it at one time, but it was just took way too much room. So I guess our plans for this is try to get it ready for LS Fest next year. Plan on doing the autocross event with it. Probably gonna go with an aluminum LS motor of some sort. I'm not sure, 5.3 or 6.2 or what. But I already have a CD09 6-speed from a Nissan I'm gonna put in it, so it'll be a 6-speed manual. I have the 8.8 IRS out of a Thunderbird we're gonna put under it too. It's pretty common for the Miata swaps. So we'll be getting on it hopefully here soon. Probably the first one we're gonna start with before this one is this S10 here. Pretty clean little truck. Still undecided on what direction we're gonna go with it. Could make a nice driver out of it. Could make it a little bracket truck. Not real sure yet. Got a few options. But sitting on a 2nd gen frame, so to my knowledge, it should bolt right up. Besides the bumpers, so but we'll have to worry about that when we get to it. It will have a 6.2 in it though. Got it over here. Get all the stuff out of there. Ended up getting this motor from a customer as a core motor. He had a shop install a brand new head on it, and he made it about 2 miles down the road, and it dropped the valve seat, which is pretty common in your square port heads. Killed the head and killed the piston, but should be rebuildable. It's got a little bit of damage here, but I didn't get into the cylinder wall or anything like that, so it should be fine. But in another video, we're gonna go through this whole motor, tear it all down, and make sure everything's okay, and probably just freshen it up, make sure there's nothing wrong with it, and it's gonna be going in that truck. And like I said, still undecided if I'm gonna do a turbo 400 trans or a 480. Really depends on the setup we want to do with it. But that's the two projects we got lined up starting off. This is one just got buttoned up a few months ago. Spent quite a bit of time on it. It's an 87 S10. It is 4-wheel drive, which kind of made it a pain in the butt. Because nobody builds 4-wheel drive S10s, so there's no parts. Unless you're running Typhoon or Cyclone, guys. But it is a rod and piston 5.3 with the normal LS stuff, 243 heads and BTR cam, BTR valve train. It's got Terminator X on it. It's got twin 6262 VSR billet wheel. A little small for the motor, but this thing works great on the street because this thing spool instantly. But it is still in progress through. Took it to the track for the first time last Friday night, and it was slowish, but it had good mile an hour for what it had, because there's no boost control on it right now, no trans brake. It's got a 480 with the MP261 transfer case, cut down to 8.8 for the rear. It's got split monos in the back, Monk Hauser sliders. Still has 373s gears. Still got to do shocks. It still has factory shocks on it too. So, and hopefully eventually we'll get to the front suspension and get it squared away. But there's only one company who makes aftermarket suspension for the four-wheel drive S10s, and luckily he's close to Owensboro, so it's on the to-do list. Like I said, we did take it to the track for the first time Friday, and it was in the 780s for the most part. I think it went like a 760 on the second pass that we didn't get a time on, but it did do 102 mile an hour on that pass too. So, but that's for 7 psi for the whole run. So. So that's not too bad. Once we get the boost control on it, we can actually put 15, 20 pounds to it and actually see what it'll do. But yeah, that's pretty much where we plan on starting with. We're going to start with this S10 first. We're going to try to get it together and actually get it ripped apart first, cleaned up, and start gathering our parts and getting it together. All right, so I guess it's time to start on this one. That's the first thing we're gonna do is try to get the body off. Frame's a little rusty and stuff, so we're gonna go through and clean it all up. But the body's in the way, so we're gonna get everything stripped down, clean the frame up, get it painted. Got to do a few modifications to the frame to get the 6.2 to fit. Yeah, let's start doing that. Plan on doing a couple videos of this truck, tearing it down, cleaning it up, putting it back together. I'm gonna probably do a video just going through the 6.2 and rebuilding it. Like I said, transmission wise, haven't really decided yet. I've already got a turbo 400, but I may want to keep this thing on the street, so I may try to find a 480. But for now, let's just get to our part. All right, you can kill it. got the cab off. Roof didn't fall down, so that's fantastic. So next thing is we're gonna work on stripping this frame bare. Gonna rip everything off of it. Then we'll take wire wheels and a DA and just get all this rust off and POR it, and then pretty much get it cleaned up and ready to go back together. So we're going to modify a few things. Depending on what type of oil pan you run, will kind of dictate how you do your front setup. Most of the ones I do is end up cutting a section out of the front here and welding in a support bar. That way, if something ever happens, you can pull the oil pan off without having to pull the motor out of the truck. Hopefully nothing happens where you have to do that, but if you do, it makes it a lot easier. Yeah, pretty much that. We'll work and get it stripped apart and get it cleaned up. Alright, so this is day 2 of teardown on the S10. Got the rear end out, got the fuel tank out, got brake lines, everything pretty much stripped off the frame. On the back, the only thing left to do, I got to cut off the bump stops because they are going to lower the truck. So cut those, get rid of those. I usually also get rid of this rear cross member because it's kind of pointless, just for the spare tire holder, so we'll get rid of that. But I'll have to cut all these rivets out. And then I usually weld a brace back there in the frame to re-brace that. And then got all the middle sorted out. So the next thing is going to be the front end, tearing it down. Once you get the front end tore apart, then we'll go and start modifying the center cross member to clear the oil pan. So yeah, we're cracking on that. That's it, you ain't gonna do that. Alright, well, got the frame done. It's all stripped down. Ready to brace it up and clean it up. But that'll pretty much do it for this video. Like I said, I got everything stripped down. Next video, hoping to get the frame cleaned up and start modifying it, get the bump stops cut out. We'll also probably be doing welding in an X brace in the frame. That's something I usually do to most of them, just have to stiffen it up a little bit. And get that done, then we'll probably dig into the engine and get it together. Get it ready to set in. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Follow and subscribe on YouTube for us if you don't mind. It's our first video, so any recommendations, advice, you know, anything you want to see, just let us know. But yeah, just catch you next time. Well, thanks for watching the Barely Making It YouTube Garage channel. That's not it. All right. Thanks for watching the Barely Making It Garage YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.